After 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, you go. Back step, toe, heel, wait. Toe, heel, 4. Now, quick, 2, 3.
Dancer Len Goodman is known to millions as the lead judge on the BBC's Strictly Come Dancing.
Now we point, go. Whoop, whoop. There's more tension in this room than there was in my nan's knicker elastic. It is absolutely incredible.
Well, I left school when I was 15, and in those days, you had to have a trade. So I was a welder, and I was terrible. And a mate of mine used to go ballroom dancing. I used to take the mickey rotten. He said, Len, come up there. He said, it's full of girls and virtually no boys. It's heaven. So up I went, and I loved it.
Len found fame late in life, after a successful 30-year career running his own dance school.
Well, what is fascinating about looking back on your personal history is the fact that I know nothing about anything, really. You know, when you're young, when you're 20, who gives a monkey's armpit about it? If I'd have been worried then, I'd have asked me granddad who his granddad was and so on. But you don't, because it's of no consequence. It's as you get older and there's not too much future that you want to know more about your past. Before I pop me clogs, I'm 66 years old, I want to know a little bit.
We go right down Roman Road and then we do a left and go up past Victoria Park.
Len Goodman has fond memories of his early childhood in Bethnal Green, in the East End of London.
This is typical of where I grew up, just one huge row of terraced houses.
All the kids were playing in every other kid's house. Doors were never locked. It was lovely. It was a true community.
After his parents separated when he was a child, Len and his mother spent much of their time with her parents, Albert and Louisa Eldridge.
So originally my granddad had a shop just here, and he used to have a barrow, and he used to wheel it to Spitalfields, 1.5 miles, maybe even 2 miles. Load up. I used to sit on the barrow. I was just a little nipper, and he'd be pulling this barrow full of blooming vegetables, and we'd get to here, and he'd say, come on, son, let's stop, and we'd go into Police's, have a bacon sandwich and a cup of tea, me and my old granddad. This is where all my family lived, worked, died. This is my area. This is home to me.
Both Len's parents have passed away, and his only remaining connection to his Bethnal Green past is his stepmother, Irene.
Irene is 93 and she's still got all her marbles, and my son's going to be there, James, so we've got my link with the past and my link with the future. Here I am.
Oh, Len, how are you?
I'm lovely.
Lovely to see. James is in here.
Oh, lovely.
Come and see him.
Come on then.
So we've got these first few pictures, which I know are of you, Dad.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm with my mum. So I'd be about 9 months old there, I
yes,
suppose.
You would,
yeah. So that would be just before the end of the war. Little shoes on, look.
Yeah, little
I had
ankle
everything.
straps.
Look at me old mum. Bless her heart.
Yes.
Len's mother was Louisa Eldridge. She was one of 5 children who were all born in Bethnal Green.
I have no idea what this
Show
is.
us. I probably.
A market man.
Oh, yes.
That's my granddad Eldridge.
Yeah.
That's Albert.
I think
Look at
it
him,
is.
young. Look
Yeah.
with his cheese cutter hat on. Come on.
Yeah.
Beauty.
Eh? On his stall, just serving. Look at that. So this was before they had a shop. And he was the one who used to take me down to Spitalfields on the barrow. That's
Yes.
great, isn't it? Look at
They're
him,
lovely,
young.
those old folks.
All his life ahead of him.
Look how good-looking he is.
Yeah. He is a good-looking bloke.
They were quite a good-looking family, wasn't they?
Yeah, well, that's where I get it from, I suppose. You know, it's got to come from somewhere, hasn't it?
Right, and now we've got this picture.
Ah, and that's me nan. That's Nanny Eldridge.
Is it really?
Well, I've never... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Nanny
It's
Eldridge.
got some writing on the back, Len.
Nanny, yeah, Louisa.
Were they? Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's the only photo I've ever seen of Nanny Eldridge.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Ever. Because she died very young,
And
didn't
she's
she?
not that kind of a woman, was she, to
No,
have photos
no.
taken?
I don't know how Grandad Eldridge met my grandma. Do you?
Don't know anything about them, Len.
I don't know how they met or where they could have met.
They both come from Bethnal Green, I
Yeah.
should imagine.
Yeah.
We've got something else as well here.
Yeah, now what's this?
It's a certificate of marriage.
Yeah, but who between? This is a certificate of marriage dated August 1909
Well, I know.
between Albert Eldridge, my granddad,
Yeah.
and Louisa Sosnowski, my grandma.
Yeah, how old were they then?
Albert was 27
She
and
was 23.
Louisa was 23. And he was a greengrocer and Nanny Lou was a fancy box maker.
Well, I never.
They are, eh? Father's name. Oh, here we go. Now this is even better. Albert Eldridge, my grandfather, his father, Thomas Eldridge. Now, have you ever heard of him?
No. Have you, Len?
No.
No, neither have I.
So really, what we've got to do now is find out a little bit, if we can, about Thomas Eldridge. And James, I want you on the old machine there.
Absolutely.
And
Don't
you
go
can
back
sort this
tonight.
out for us. So that's our next job. Find out who Thomas Eldridge was.
Len has traced his mother's side back 3 generations to his great-grandfather, Thomas Eldridge.
Right, so here we
To
go.
try to go back further, Len and James need to search through the census records.
First off, in here we'd need to put
Thomas
Thomas.
Eldridge.
Lovely.
Come on.
Right, let's search.
See, now, if I'd have been doing this, this would took 20
I know.
minutes.
Well, you knew where the shift key was.
I
which
know
was,
where the shift is.
Right, we're searching.
Come on. Come on, machine.
Here we go.
There. There's Thomas. Now, that's my great-grandfather.
Yes. Okay, so we found Thomas Eldridge.
And he was a bricklayer.
Yes.
His wife was Jane, and then the kids. William, Albert, that's my granddad.
Henry, another son. It's incredible, isn't
1,
it?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They had 8 kids. This is what you got when there was no TV or radio. Now they're living Ames Street. I wonder, I suppose, in Bethnal Green.
Yeah.
Bethnal Green, yeah.
To continue their search, they've ordered up the marriage certificate of Thomas Eldridge.
Thomas Eldridge and Jane. Father's name, James Eldridge.
And he was a bricklayer.
He was a bricklayer. So we will want to look up James now.
Yeah. So we're going now to 1861.
James Eldridge.
And here we go, Bethnal
And
Green.
James
That's the
Eldridge.
one we're after. So we're looking for James. James Eldridge, here we go.
So this would be my great-great-grandfather,
Yes.
James Eldridge. Again from Bethnal Green. They lived in Camden Street. Then his wife here, Sarah. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 children.
That's incredible, the amount of kids.
11 kids, and they're born virtually one every year.
All the kids had to go.
Mind you, they're all out to work. Look, he's 17, he's a bricklayer. 16, he's a bricklayer. 15, look, the 14-year-old, the 13-year-old is a shop boy. Even the 9-year-old. The only one who's not is the 7 and unders. The rest of them are all in work from 9 years old. So it was obvious that the Eldridge clan, for the last 150 years at least,
Have lived.
in Bethnal Green.
Yeah.